There is this funny trend online where people make fun of people from Kasoa for various reasons. Some people say Kasoa is too far from the rest of Accra, or it's a place full of trouble. As someone who has stayed at Kasoa my whole life, I don't take such things seriously because I know they are just jokes. I have never been robbed or gotten into any trouble here before. However, something has happened recently that if I don't take care, I could lose my relationship. I met this lady on Facebook not too long ago, and we started chatting and talking on the phone. She's an apprentice learning fashion designing and staying at Medina. During our talks, I got to know a lot about her, and she got to know a lot about me as well. However, she had a very weird reaction when she asked me where I stayed, and I told her I stay at Kasoa. Immediately, she made a funny reaction. I asked her why she did that, and she told me she doesn't date guys who stay at Kasoa. I thought she was joking at first, but she said she was serious. I asked if someone from Kasoa has broken her heart before, or if she had had bad experiences here before, and she said no. In fact, she has never ever been to Kasoa before. She's from the eastern region and was staying in Accra with her sister to learn her trade. As someone who doesn't go out often, she doesn't even know many places in Accra. I got to realize that she was just young and naive and got a lot of her ideas from social media, so I wasn't worried. I really liked her, so I worked on her mind and looked for ways to change her perception. Just recently, I asked her to visit me. She refused, not because she didn't want to visit me, but because she didn't want to come to Kasoa. I got to realize that she still had that old idea in her head, although I thought it was all in the past now. I, however, managed to convince her that she had nothing to fear, and she reluctantly agreed. That day she was coming to visit me, I just kept praying that nothing goes wrong, else she would use it as an excuse to make Kasoa look bad. I don't have money and I usually use public transport myself, but that day I ordered Uber for her to ensure her journey was pleasant. Thankfully, the traffic situation was good that day, so there was no problem. She came around and we had a great time. I wish she could have spent the night here, but because she stayed with someone, I had to say goodbye and see her off. About 15 minutes after she left, I received a call from her in tears. Her background was noisy, so I couldn't even hear her well. When I finally heard what she was saying, I was in disbelief. She said her car had been attacked by robbers and items belonging to she and the driver had been stolen. To be very frank, the whole thing seemed very fishy to me. I asked her why they didn't steal her phone as well, and she couldn't give me a tangible answer. I asked to speak to the driver and began questioning him too. She got angry at this point because I didn't trust her and hung up the call. She didn't pick up my calls for the rest of that day. When we finally spoke again, she said I was insensitive and that instead of worrying about her well-being, I was rather focused on unnecessary things. She also blamed me for the attack because she had a bad feeling about Kasoa all this while, and I was the one who convinced her to come. I apologized and said I was willing to do whatever it took to make things right. But the demands she is making of me are too much. She is requesting that I should pay for all the items that were stolen, and I should also move out of Kasoa if I'm serious about the relationship. She's going to break up with me if I don't do these things. I love this girl and I want to make the relationship work, but I also feel like she is overreacting. I would like to know what your viewers think and if they have any advice for me. Thank you.